Hello, I'm Nan Simonson. I am the author of Aging Powerfully. I'm always fiddling with this. The book that I wrote and published on December 27th, 2020. And I am a health and lifestyle coach with the lifestyle medical practice of Dr. Wayne Dysinger, one of the founders of the College of Lifestyle Medicine. And it's one of the fastest growing board certifications among physicians that there is. I have had mentors, and if you read Aging Powerfully, if you've read it, you'll know that there were several people that affected me deeply in my, I'll say, troubled past. And one of them was a dear friend, and at one time admired and held on a pedestal mentor, Sylvia Boyd. And she sends things from time to time still that affect me as if I were her, I'll call it student of life, back in the 70s, 78 specifically, when I first met her. And this article, I'll say, what she sent, I made a copy of, and this was quite a while ago. I don't even have a date on it when I got it, but a year or two ago, and I've kept it. I keep a lot of the things that she sends, and I looked at it again, and I thought, man, this is really good. I read it a couple of times and thought, I need to know this. I need to remember this. I'm one of the people they're talking about, and by they, we're not sure who they is, who wrote this. It's actually been attributed to a unnamed nun from the 17th century. Some have said that it's something that's posted on a particular church in a particular place. But all of that can be refuted. Those who say it wasn't by a 17th century nun, they don't talk this way, or they didn't talk this way. But I thought, rather than just appreciate it, I would share it with you. And this will be a relatively short event today. And I'm going to read it to you. And then I'm going to read it again, because I read it to my husband. He said, so what are you going to talk about today? And I read this to him, and he said, and he's an attorney and CPA, and he takes things in really well, but he said, and it surprised me, read it again. So I read it again. And I said, that's good, isn't it? And he said, yeah, that's good. Because some of it's like, yeah. But really, it's good. And I'm going to read it. I'll read it again. I'll comment on some of it. I'll comment on a word that I chose to use to introduce this. And then I'll give you a link. I'll be posting it under comments so that you can get the article that I used to dive more deeply into this. I found it. And you can maybe share it with some of your friends if you feel that it's valuable. So the name on this posting is just aging. It's on the subject of aging. And it goes like this. Lord, you know better than I myself even, that I am getting older and will someday be old. Keep me from the fatal habit of thinking I must say something on everything and on every occasion. Release me from craving to straighten out everybody's affairs. Make me thoughtful but not moody, helpful but not bossy. With my vast store of wisdom, it seems a pity not to use it all, but you know, Lord, that I want to have friends at the end. Keep my mind from the recital of endless details. Give me the wings to come to the point. Seal my lips on aches and pains. They're increasing, and my love of rehearsing them is becoming sweeter. I dare not ask for grace enough to enjoy the tales of others' pains, but help me endure them with patience. I dare not ask for improved memory, but for a growing humility and a lessening cocksuredness when my memory seems to clash with memories of those others. Teach me the glorious lesson that occasionally I may be mistaken. Keep me reasonably sweet. I do not want to be a saint. Some of them can be so hard to live with. But a sour old woman is one of the crowning works of the devil. Give me the ability to see good things in unexpected places and the talent of unexpected people, and give me the grace to tell them so. That's good. It's good when you hear it again. And I'm going to read it again. You can see it's short. Then we'll kind of look at a few things. Okay, Lord, you know me better than I know, and, wait, backwards. Lord, you know me better than I know myself, that I'm getting older and will someday be old. Keep me from the fatal habit of thinking I must say something on every subject and on every occasion. Release me from craving to straighten out everybody's affairs. Make me thoughtful but not moody, helpful but not bossy. With my vast store of wisdom, it seems a pity not to use it all. But you know, Lord, I want a few friends at the end. Keep my mind from the recital of endless details. Give me the wings to come to the point. Seal my lips on my aches and pains. They're increasing, and my love of rehearsing them is becoming sweeter. I dare not ask for grace enough to enjoy the tales of others' pains, but help me endure them with silence and patience. I dare not ask for improved memory, but for growing humility and a lessening cocksuredness when my memory seems to clash with the memories of others. Teach me the glorious lesson that occasionally I may be mistaken. Keep me reasonably sweet. I don't want to be a saint. Some of them are so hard to live with. But a sour old woman is one of the crowning works of the devil. Give me the ability to see good things in unexpected places and the talents in unexpected people, and give me grace to tell them so. The name of my book is Aging Powerfully, but you know, this could have also been a great title, Aging Gracefully. Let's talk about some of what we read. For example, the first paragraph had me by the throat, because when I adopted a whole food plant-based diet back in the fall of 2018, and then joined lifestyle medicine and became affiliate member of the College of Lifestyle Medicine in January 9, 2019. That's all I wanted to tell people about. As a matter of fact, in my book, I'm asking you to join my mission. And my mission is the life's work, my life's work. I was just turning 70 when the book was published. I turned 70 within a couple of weeks of the publication. And I saw this as an opportunity to have a purpose for the next 10, 20 to 30 years. And that purpose was to show people that there was a way in this country of people who are getting sicker and sicker from lifestyle-related disease. So it was my experience, and it was my education through my exposure to lifestyle as medicine that has left me so certain that the way through these illnesses that we see all around us, obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, pulmonary disease, renal disease, is through choosing lifestyle as medicine and the pillars of lifestyle medicine. Well, look at me. I'm doing it again. I couldn't help it. See, I couldn't just make the statement. I had to actually give my details and my facts and my beliefs. Oh, Lord, keep me from the fatal habit to say something on every subject in every occasion. And in this case, my subject is repetitive. Do you have something like that that you just can't let go? Sometimes it's with good purpose. I believe that what I'm aiming for has good purpose, but not if it's not what people want to hear. I recently spent some time with, and on several occasions, Dr. Hans Deal. And I'm showing you this book because it's a textbook, and there are 4 other books that go in a package that is part of something called the CHIP program, Complete Health Improvement Program, that has affected 100,000, 150,000 people and improved their health. And it was the brainchild and the production of Dr. Hans Deal. He works internationally to spread the word. Well, a more humble man you won't find. As a matter of fact, the more time I spend with him, I had a meal with him this last Friday night. He and his wife, Dr. Deal. She calls herself the little deal, and he's the big deal. Isn't that cute? D-I-E-H-L. He's German. And it was very clear that those of us, like me and Chef AJ and the people in very strong belief of what we've adopted, and that is a animal-free way of living for ourselves, for the animals, for the planet, and more importantly, maybe as importantly, for our own health. He believes that. That's what the CHIP program is. He introduced these lifestyle pillars in a fundamental way, a foundational way, with the scaffolding of training. And yet he is very careful not to push it on people, because he said the harder you push, the more they push back. He sees progress as using a velvet glove and one step after another to get people's attention. Got to learn that. And then, as it relates to the glorious lesson that we may be mistaken in our beliefs, and that we want to keep at least reasonably sweet as we get older. Dan Buettner talks about that as it relates to the blue zones, because the people in the blue zones, those oldest living communities, or the communities with the oldest living healthy populations, one of his strongest recommendations is stay kind, stay friendly, stay, and his word is likable, because the likable older people are the ones that others want to be around and get the most support in their villages. Stay likable. And then, as it relates to finding good in unexpected places, I'll add to that something that I've worked on my entire life through challenges, as we all have, and that is looking for the rainbow in situations, looking for that half full glass rather than the half empty one, looking for the beauty in outcomes as opposed to fearful expectations, and then in unexpected people to find the talents. I'm reading this book, The Book of Hope, a interview with Jane Goodall, and Douglas Abrams, and he's written a number of books on hope and belief and, I'll say, survival in trying times. And one of the things that I got from her was something that maybe I hadn't given enough attention to, and that is the young. As we get older, and I'm 71 now, as we get older, we can embrace the thought that age goes with us. Sorry, wisdom goes with us. Along with age goes wisdom, that our experience is so rich that we have the answers. And yet, you know what Jane Goodall says? She says it's the young who are going to find these answers. She is not happy. She is fearful about where our planet is going in the treatment of animals, in deforestation, in the treatment of our environment, and how far we've gone down a rabbit hole there. She, of course, has been vegan for, well, almost her entire life. And but she's hopeful because she believes that the young will have an answer, that it's these younger generations who will look around and maybe shake their heads and say, look what they've done to us, look what they're leaving us, and find ways to undo some of the damage that we have done that has put us almost over the tipping point. And I love her belief there, and she's one that I'll hold on to. And then finally, that word grace. Give me the grace to tell them so, those people that have had something to offer that we may appreciate, but they're quite unaware of. So in ending, I wanted to look at that word grace. In my book, powerfully represented aging with power, aging with strength, taking our health into our own hands, understanding the power we had to direct our lives rather than being directed. But grace is such a soft word. It's a softer word, but it's no less powerful. And so I looked up a couple of things for you, and I'll share this with you, and then we'll be done. What is an example of grace? The definition of grace is poise, elegance, forgiveness, or a blessing. An example of grace is the way a beautiful, stylish woman easily walks across the room. An example of grace is letting go of past wrong done to you. An example of grace is a prayer said at the beginning of a meal. Isn't that lovely? What does it mean to have grace? A short prayer at a meal. Beauty and ease of movement. Pleasant, controlled, and polite behavior and social graces. In other words, she handled that situation with grace. Goodwill and favor. They were saved by the grace of God. The coordination of being in, or the condition of being in favor. He tried to get on their good graces. What does it mean to live with grace? To live in grace is surely to experience our burdens being lifted from us from time to time, that our passage becomes smoother and more enjoyable, even when conditions seem hard to bear. Grace, freely given, unmerited, favor, and love of God. And by God, I mean whoever and whatever you embrace as your higher power. How do you act with grace? Acting with grace is largely about focusing on what you want to happen next rather than focusing on what has happened to you. It's about taking ownership of yourself, your emotions, and your response to a situation. How do you give grace to others? One word, forgive. Forgiveness is an amazing way to show grace to others. We don't believe deserve, or we don't believe deserve it. In other words, to show grace to others we don't believe deserve it. In the Bible, Jesus tells us that in the same way we forgive others, our Heavenly Father forgives us. How do you show yourself grace today? Speak kindly of yourself. Everyone engages in negative self-talk. I'm so stupid. I'm a mess. I'm not pretty enough. I'll never be da 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 da. Speak kindly of yourself. Find your best assets. Own the best parts of yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. Celebrate yourself. Let go of the stuff that no longer serves you. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself introspection. Show gratitude and reassess and manage your expectations. And then finally, how can I live with grace? Sometimes I feel that there's just so much that as time goes on, we expect of ourselves, that we accumulate, that we hold as important, that simply clutters up our life. And this one spoke to me. Live simply. Don't let the things you own, your schedule, or people suffocate you. When you focus your attention on what you find useful, beautiful, or meaningful, and let the rest go, you create a sanctuary in both your heart and your home. Spend time in nature. God can be felt in nature. I'm going to say that one more time because I want that today. Live simply. Don't let the things you own, your schedule, or people suffocate you. When you focus your attention on what you find useful, beautiful, or meaningful, and let go of the rest, you create a sanctuary in both your home and your heart. Spend time in nature. God can be felt there. Amen. I hope this was helpful. I hope this had some meaning. I hope this was worth your while. And I thank you for joining me. Make this a great day because I know I will. If you like what you heard, do what you've been told again and again. Press like, pass it on, let people know that we're around. And by we, I mean those of us who are on a mission to pass along strength, vibrancy, healing, and I'm going to use the word love because the world could use it now. Have a great day. I know I'm going to. Bye.